morning. Today is yet another beautiful day. It is Sunday. I have another day off. It's a rare one. I think we might go thrifting again. I got my coffee, finally, after spending about 20 minutes in traffic just trying to get to the fucking Starbucks that I ordered coffee from. My plan now is to go to a place called Flea Market at the Crossing. It is a relatively small flea market, 2 floors. They have an upstairs and they have a downstairs. They have a whole bunch of vendors, but there's this one guy, Jeff. Jeff basically has a walk-in closet full of cameras and photography equipment. Now, I have purchased many cameras off of Jeff in the past, and my plan today is to go see what he has. So let's get moving. So we just got to Flea Market at the Crossing in Plainville. I am working through my coffee. It's kind of cold out. Let's go see what the vendors have to offer.
Incredible environments and see how they use sleep to perform at the highest level. Learn how you can sleep well to live well too. Listen to Chasing Sleep on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is she's got to be somebody's baby. She must be somebody's baby. Yeah, she must be somebody's baby.
All right.
What'd you find?
Little Pollux viewfinder. And this little Samsung.
Yeah, that's got the green dye. Just check that out.
Yeah.
That's working.
It's working?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I didn't put a roll of film in there,
Right.
but I put a battery.
Okay.
Everything comes on and the whole 9 yards. So it looks in clean shape.
Looks better than the Infinity in there.
Yeah.
Which
That
was,
just came in recently.
yeah. What would you be looking for? on this?
$200.
200 on this one? Listen, with the prices of point and shoots these days, I don't know whether you're serious or joking sometimes. I was thinking, could we do 20 for both?
Since I need a sale desperately and you're filming me, I'll do 20 for the whole thing.
All right, Jeff, I
Man,
appreciate
you spent
you.
enough time looking for this chick.
Listen, I've spent enough money and time here.
I know you do. I mean, that's why
appreciate you.
yeah.
Okay, so I am just now leaving Flea Market at the crossing. I walked in, I went directly to Jeff's booth, and I went absolutely nowhere else. I got sucked into Jeff's booth, as always, having conversations with him about life, about photography, about cameras. I got suckered into buying this little Samsung point and shoot, and I also got this little Pollux viewfinder. I hope you guys are enjoying this thrifting content. This is genuinely what I love to do on the weekends and in my spare time. Cameras are a genuine passion of mine, and while I may have a problem with how many I own, it's for good reason. And I think I might do either a giveaway or reopen my web store for some cameras and equipment. I have bags, I have filters, I have lens hoods, I have extension tubes, I have viewfinders, I have cameras, I have lenses, I have so much stuff. Okay, we are finally back home and time to go over thrift hauls. So first up, we have the Kodak Star 4385. Hey, there we go. All right, so I figured out that the flash works. Seems like a very simple little camera. We got a little wrist strap here that it came with, rewind button on the bottom. And if we open up the film door here, it actually looks like the light seals are in pretty good shape. Quite honestly, I'm not even sure if it has had a roll of film shot through it because it looks so unused. But this little clamshell type of operation, I'm a pretty big sucker for. I don't have high hopes for the quality of the lens or the optics, but it looks kind of cool and is a nice addition to the collection. The other camera that I purchased, wherever it may be, this little Olympus. This is the 35RC. It is a rangefinder camera, and I did test out the self-timer, and that seems to work. It's a little bit beat up, but the bottom is really cool. I like this little mini grip part. The light seals in this camera are kind of shot, but it doesn't look too bad inside either way. I'm very excited for this one, as it matches the Olympus Trip that I have, as well as the Olympus Pen EES2, the little compact rangefinder line from Olympus. Very, very cool, capable cameras. This one's a little bit more bare bones minimum. The only thing you have on top, you have the shutter button, you have your shutter advance, or your film advance lever rather, you have your film counter, and you have your rewind knob, and then you have your shutter speeds. And we have a bulb setting. We have a 15th, 30th, 60th, 125th, 250th, and a 500th of a second setting. And then on the knob here is your focusing. The prism inside, not super contrasty for focusing. I haven't gotten a battery for it yet to see if the light meter works, but I'm very excited to shoot a roll through this thing, maybe give it a little bit of a rehab. Looks like the quality assurance sticker has come off and left some residue, so I'll probably grab some alcohol and clean this thing up a little bit before I figure out what I'm going to do with it, or before I even shoot a roll through it. Now, the next camera that I would like to talk about is one that I got from Jeff. This is the Samsung Maxima Zoom Alpha. Kind of a late 90s, early 2000s point and shoot. Has a lot of functionality. I think that is kind of what drew me to this camera. There are a lot of different modes that you can shoot it in. We have the digi top and the date back as well. Normally, I believe that the lens is recessed into the body with the lens cover closed, but he took the battery out when it was still open. But he did, however, battery test it, which gave me a pretty good idea of what we're working with here. It has red eye reduction, auto flash, fill flash, and flash off, and it has a telephoto zoom lens. It is all electronic from what I am aware. Haven't done too much research on these cameras, but I knew what I was getting was a good deal. I don't think that this has had any film shot through it. It looks just about brand new on the inside. This next camera I would like to talk about is not one that I found at a thrift shop. It is actually one that I was able to find on eBay. Typically every few weeks or so, I will be late at night after work browsing eBay auctions, and on occasion I will take a look for this specific camera. Now, I have never owned one of these. I have, ever since I have seen one of them, or I think I may have read an article about one, or seen a listing for one, but I fell in love with the Art Deco style of the camera, and the fact that it is a half-frame camera makes it even more desirable to me in today's day and age, with film getting more and more expensive, the same with developing. But this camera here is the Canon Demi EE17. Has a 30mm f1.7 lens, and it is, as I noted, a half-frame camera. That being said, you can get up to 72 shots on a 36 exposure roll. Selenium light meter, everything on this camera, as far as I am aware, works. The only real downside to it is the leatherette, as you can tell, has come off. But that is not much of an issue for me, as I plan on refinishing the camera anyway. Couple bumps and bruises here and there, but this is a camera that I wanted for my personal collection. That this was one that I searched for quite some time, and was finally able to find one at an accessible price point, given the condition. The last thing I would like to talk about is not a camera at all. Actually, it is more of a novelty than anything, but I've been looking for them, and this is another item that I purchased from Jeff at the flea market. This is a Pollux viewfinder. So this is a hot shoe mounted viewfinder, which means you can put it on top of just about any rangefinder camera. And sometimes it really helps with these older rangefinder cameras, especially ones where the prisms have gotten a little foggy over time or less contrasty. And this one helps you with your focusing a little bit better. Not only do they look really cool with their 60s style, but they certainly help out. And again, this one, the leatherette is starting to peel a little bit and come off, so it is a perfect candidate for some paint and some recovering.